Can anyone catch them, do you think?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, unbelievable. We didn't expect that.
As unbelievable as it sounds, this is another Arsenal podcast. That is the Away Gooners podcast. We bring news and reaction from Arsenal fans from all over the world.
Last season, but then discontinued. But this season, we are trying to keep it as much as we can. So this section, I would try and add a Zoom kind of like music with it or something, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But this is like the last game. This game last season kind of section. So where we kind of see where we stand. I mean, this is just one game, but you could compare it with the last season and the season before 2014 and 15, where we finished in top 4 the last time. I mean, apart from the Leicester winning where we finished second, that's a very odd season. So I'm not considering that. But 14-15 is when we finished third. So I'm comparing that season with the last season and this season. So as you can see, the first game we lost to Brentford this season. Last season we had Fulham, whom we won 3-0 against, and we had the 3 points on board. And in 14-15 season, we had Crystal Palace, again 2-1 victory with 3 points on the board. Right now, it doesn't make much sense because this is just one game. But maybe if we keep building on it for the entire season, we would be able to see some kind of a pattern, or we could do some inference. That's the whole point of this section. So
when you look at the 2020 thing, it will be like friends. There is a meme like Phoebe will be like, "Oh my eyes,
Bob, do you have a stat section for us today?
Yeah, I have got little bit of stats. It might not be much, but still I've got little info to share. Having started against a newly promoted opposition in their first game, Arsenal have lost for the first time since 1966. In total, we've just only lost 5 times to newly promoted teams. That's through the season, right since 2012. So considering that, this is one of those 5, or this is one of more to come. Yeah. In the 4 times that we've played first ahead of others, that we've started the first game of the season ahead of other teams. This was our first defeat. The rest of the 3 were all wins, basically against West Bromwich, Leicester City, and Fulham. And this is again our first opening day defeat, opening day away defeat, I should say, after, that was after Sunderland that we played away in 2000 season.
So I think we've been setting new records that we are not proud of every single season.
Yeah. Bob, I appreciate your honesty. You say you support Arteta and you still give these facts.
Yeah, so I think we touched upon this point earlier where Arsenal has never won a Premier League game under Arteta so far after trailing at halftime. We've drawn 4 and then we've lost 17 of them. And if you look at when we lost our Premier League game, away Premier League game, it was back on 6th of Feb when we lost against Aston Villa. And the other thing which Vijay touched upon was the fact that, we had 22 shots, which was actually against the joint highest without scoring a goal. Joint highest in a defeat. If you look at Tierney's contribution, he contributed 63% of Arsenal's attack. So we showed that we almost had an invisible attacking, partnership or anything that could create a contributing chance towards a goal. It was more Tierney's, attacking abilities that we were able to, get through even some of these stats so far. Many people there were actually lots of talks going on with, this team was inexperienced enough. They are perhaps very young, too young to compete and all those sort of things. and many of them thought this was the youngest squad, youngest average 11 playing in a Premier League game. The answer was actually wrong. The 11 which featured against Brentford was averaging between 24 years and 211 days, which was still higher than our youngest average 11 squad, which was 22 years and 238 days when we played against Portsmouth, and we won 3-0 that game with goals from Lord Bentner and Carlos Vela. So I mean, this was some of the stats that I compiled based on what we displayed against Brentford. But yeah, I think we'll have more to come coming.